Ooh, hello. Hi. I thought I'd go live because, like, yeah. Time crunch be time crunching. Hello. Hi. I hope you're doing well. We're gonna get, like, straight into the game, but let me just open Snapchat for reasons. Oh, we do. We really do, don't we? Okay. What do I need? I need live split, don't I? What am I doing? Okay. Oh, Barry, I'm using one of those notebooks that I'm so obsessed with. I'm actually using one. I'm making myself use one. But that means I can buy more because I'm using the... I've got a problem. I have an addiction. Right. Putting it to use. Literally. Right. Start timer at 6 hours. 12 minutes. 50 seconds. Yes, exactly, right? Exactly. Look. No, it doesn't. I saw somebody have a thing where the background of my, my little timer. The timer in the bottom corner, the background was completely transparent, and I want to do that, but I don't know how to do that. And I cannot figure it out. Oh, okay, so I made it red. Okay, so I can make it a colour. But then on what I'm looking at, I can take the transparency way down, but it fades to black instead of transparent, like there's a black layer behind it. I'm so confused. Okay, never mind. Miss my girl. Girl, you're so damn bad for the voice. Right, okay. I can earn platinum points. Yippee!
Super Mario 3D World!
Ooh, that's different. Oh, I need to stop the music. This is so cursed. Oh god. Right, give me 1 sec. Right. Let me get myself sorted. Professional streaming things. Absolutely they are. Yeah, you so are. I feel like I need a drink, but I haven't really got anything to drink. Oh, I'll just manage.
Luigi, go green!
Okay. So we did that, and we're now into World Flower. Switch Shock Circus. Okay. No drink, I know.
Let's go!
I've got some orange juice, but it's old. Oh! Nice. Sick. Nice one. I did not know that was there. These move, don't they? Ah! Shit. It's the biggest mare. Whoa! Shit, the bed. Not the insta-death. Right, okay, we're cheating. Oh, I can't get it through the gate. Oh, no. Oh, Nintendo, you fucked me. No. Yeah, don't be jealous, Barry. Literally thinking so jealous of Nintendo. Girl, you need help. You go over here. Cheeky bitch. Thank you. Get away. You better give me a power-up, game. You better give me a power-up. In here, right now. Thank you. Maybe I do... You gonna help me? Right. I think we're in here alone, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to say anything, girl. No. Okay, so these lads don't move. That's way better. Oh, but there's, Hammer Bros. No, not Hammer Bros. Get away. Now I've boxed myself in. Awesome. I'm so scared. No, I need that. Okay. No green star? Oh. Oh. Oh, Nintendo. Why have you done this to me? Sick. Ah! Okay, that was me. That was, in fact, my fault. Oh, sure. That works. That worked. Why not? Right, I can't believe I've already died once. That's a bit cringe, isn't it? That's a bit cringe, isn't it? If you couldn't tell, I've just had a sweet. I can't believe I've done this at myself. Right. I remember dying a lot in this level when I played this game with my friend. Oh no.
Let's go.
Oh, don't I need to keep the fire flower as well and light all the torches? Oh no. Oh, behave yourself. I think it's best to just let them sleep. Okay, you can't actually hit me unless I jump. That's good to know. Thank you. Ah, huge. Okay, whatever I do, I can't use that power because I think I need it at the end of the level. Get away. Wait, can I? Oh. Okay, nice. Yeah, this. No. Oh my god, so many fireflies. Oh, hello. Nice. Oh yeah, there's no stamps, are there, in these worlds for me to worry about? That's nice. Oh, okay. So, why did I just do that? Like, tell me why? Why did I do that? Oh, shit! Ah. Luigi, welcome me. I don't know what you mean, Your Honor. No singing. Never mind, emote. Go away. I think I've accidentally eaten a watermelon sweet. I don't like watermelon. Fuck you. Okay, get gone. Not watermelon, I know, right? Oh, nice one. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Okay. Right, why is that only number 2? Where is number 3? Must be in the pipe then. I'm so confused. Okay, it's here somewhere. Right, you don't kill me. Okay. What? Okay. Oh no. Okay. No, 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 you won't do that. You will not do that, thank you. No thanks. I decline. We don't need that as a society. That level looks fun. Right. Floating fuzzy time mine. I don't think I enjoy. Don't be 30 seconds, don't be 30 seconds. Okay, it's not. Good. I would rather have a catsuit. Oh, thanks. Give me the water. Give me the water. Thank you. I love auto-scrollers with floating blocks of water. Ooh, may I? Can I has? Nice. Ooh! Yes! I'll have that as well. Oh, it's not moving yet. Okay. Ah. Another cat suit? Yep. Don't need it, mate. I've got one. Because I'm sick. Nice. Nailed it. Knew that was there. Right, why are there blocks there that I can break? Because I can't break them without, like, a bomb hat. Cannon hat. And I've already got everything that I need. Goodbye. I was going to say, aren't there fuzzies here? Yeah, there are. Weird. Weird. Okay, did it.
Meow.
Faster, Fort Fire Bros. Oh, God. Guaranteed timer.
Let's go.
Da, 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 da. I'm so thrilled. Because, like, not the 30 seconds. I don't want it. You can fuck off. Wait, no. Oh, I'm silly. Oh, get mugged off. Absolutely Shrek, mate. Thanks. Just what I always wanted. Oh my god. Yikes. That was a bit of a yikes, to be honest. Right, well now I know there's nothing in there that I need. Why is that? Oh. Well, it wasn't great, to be honest. Right. Let's not fall off there, like a spanner. Oh, fucking why? When you get Kaiser blocked by the actual video game. Oh, I'm fuming. Right then, well, no more catsuit for me. Have to beat these lads at their own game. Oh, I tried. This pipe. Thank you. That seemed a little bit easy. You suck my Luigi. need to kill these guys. That's the way that you do this. And then just jump on him. Easy. Guaranteed, there's a guy there. Bah! See ya. Twice on one level, that's a bit cringe, isn't it? Ba, 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 ba. Exactly 100 seconds to complete. Very nice. No, not a ghost house. Right, sprawling savannah rabbit run. Okie doke. Oh, it's a big boy. You slow yourself down there, sir. He's so fast. Why he's so fast? And Luigi's fast as fuck as well. Like, if I was Peach right now, I've lost him. How have I lost a rabbit that big? Where did he go? Is this going to do me anything for me? No. Sensational. Ooh. Yes, that's what I want. Nice. Right, where's the big ass rabbit gone? There you are. Right, you little bitch. Come here. Thank you. How about you fuck off? Yay, 10 more seconds. Oh. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Why? Why have you done that to me for me? Right, where's that tree stump? There. Did you see any green stars? No. But I'm gonna just go up there. In case it's at the top. Now, one of these rabbits will have a cat flower for me. But I don't care. Whoa. Don't care to find all of the rabbits. So I'll just do this. Ooh. Hi, Pa. Hello. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Already died twice today. Ooh, yes. Okay. Fine, I'll get that. If you insist, if I must, I'll get that. Doing alright, good, good. Whee. Oh, it's Toad I need. Oh, okay. So I need Toad for that level. Noted.
Meow.
Oh my, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Oh, I bought a new phone. It's not arrived yet, but I've bought a new phone. I've ordered one, I should say. Oh, not shitty Abu Mansion. Oh, shit.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. My phone is just old. Oh! Hello, black and white. Okay. Dude, may you come over here? Come on. No? Okay. Oh, yes, apparently, now that I'm there. Nailed it. What phone did I get? I got an Oppo Reno 12. Oh, I've been scammed, haven't I? Yeah, my current phone is an Oppo Reno 2, so I got the, like, newest one. Right, I think the key to this level is the sofas. Right? Yes. Wait, don't I get scammed as well? Yippee! End of the level! Oh. Whoa! I forgot 3 of them spawn. That was just cruel, to be honest. Bet there's nothing I need up here. Yeah. Okay. So I can just leave. Oh, you actually suck. Yay! Oh. I want to be clear, gamers, I didn't know that was there. Because then you go down here. I don't think anything spawns this time. Yay! Okay, did it. That's a weird house in the background. I don't like it. Like, why are you designed like that? Why is that? Oh, and other news, I saw a job advert that I would actually like. Oh, don't I get rock blocked? I think I get rock blocked. Pipeline Boom Lagoon. I don't know what this is. Oh, if it's Boom Lagoon, I bet it's cannon boxes, isn't it? Locked into deconstructing your bracelet, amazing. Oh, piss off. Right, Bowser. Nothing. Goomba, nothing. Goomba, nothing. Anything off the back here for me? Not you, because I don't care. No, okay. Ooh. Really? Great, thanks. Wait, what was in there? I think it was just a firefly, so I don't really care. Cute. Oh. This was small. It was small but aggressive. Right. I'm a little perturbed that I haven't found anything yet. Why don't we get out of my life? Great, thanks. Okay, that was the first one. Good. If there was one up there, I swear to God. Okay. I feel like a big part of this level is going to be that there's breakable blocks at the end of every section. Oh, nice. That was a bit sketch. Oh, no, never mind. Nice. I will have that, actually. I will have that. Can I kill these guys? Do these guys get killed if I hit them? No, they're unfazed. Nice. Oh, hello. Busioraptor? Yeah, Busioraptor. I think hello, welcome in. Thank you for following. I hope you're doing well. We're just playing some 3D land. 3D world, sorry. And like, not exactly speedrunning it, but kind of speedrunning it. Doing my little best to speedrun it. Right, towering Sunshine Seaside. Oh, ew. Okay, then. I think there's a cannon box, isn't there? There is. Brace not fixed. Yippee! Right. Anything over here for me to worry about? What does this do for me? Oh, I can't! I can't while I've got the box on my head. Absolute wounder. Realised in work on Tuesday the order I had the challenge was not actually to my preference. Ooh, okay, interesting. Thank you. Right, then there was something at the back. I'm going to run out of time on this level. Oh, I'm going to run out. Luigi, get in the box. Thank you. Oh, is that it? Okay. I might just be okay, because what's over here then? Oh, nice. Run, Luigi, run! If there was more to that level, I was done for. Okay. Incredible. Get in the box, Luigi, literally. You've already reconfigured it like 3 times. Oof. When the decisions aren't decisioning. Oh, we have another beat block. Let's go. Blast block Skyway. Oh. Blast block. Do I get my hat thing again? Okay, good heavens, right. Oh, thank you. When the game's like, yeah, this level's hard. And I already chose the wrong block. When my balance focus brain does not balance the way I want to. My brain is imbalanced. Like, just so we're all on the same page, my brain is not balanced. Oh, behave yourself. Why have you done that? Oh, oh, please. I don't think I can save that, can I? Nope. Oh, well. Alright. Right, give. Thanks. Because I need. Oh, I did get that. So what was over here? What is in this box? What are you? Incredible. Thank you. Bye. Yeah. You come all the way down here? Yeah, of course. Okay. Right, what are you? Where are you? Oh. Jump, Luigi. That's heartbreaking. Right, okay, big jump. Whee! That last section's going to be really bad. Without a Tanuki Leaf, it would be horrendous. Thank you. That was a risk. That was a major risk. Okay, so here's the plan. The plan failed. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so stressed. Oh, it's there. Oh, you cruel, cruel people. Saved. Saved. Absolutely saved. Woo! Absolutely saved it. Woo! To get out of that level with only one death, I'm okay with that. Because that is a tough level. Ba, 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 ba. Hey Sprixer, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. We're just playing some 3D Land. 3D World. I keep saying that today. 3D Land. But no, we are playing 3D World. Not quite speedrunning it, but just, you know, having some fun. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. I feel like I'm going to need that again, aren't I? Ugh. Oh, there's so many. Kind of sick today. Oh, that sucks. I hope it's a short sickness. Oh, get wrecked. Nice one. What's that? Goodbye. But yeah, thank you for joining. Ah. 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 Okay. Wait, there's a double cherry there. I need. Everything is under control. I'm doing so well right now. You don't even know. I'm not taking that. You love 3D World so much? Yeah, I'm doing good. And yes, I always love 3D. What? I'm enjoying 3D World. I've always played it. Like, this is not a first playthrough at all. But I always have fun with it. Anything for that? Nope. Okay. Right, that pipe's a bait, isn't it? Because there's nothing at the end of it. No, my friend. Go away. How about we just don't? How about we just don't do that? Like, can we not? Oh, wow, 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 wow. Thank you. Okay. I got both versions, yeah. I had the Wii U when it came out, and then I did buy it on the Switch as well. I don't regret, though. Ah! Oh, that's me. Okay. We're fine. We're alive. We did it. So yeah, I've played through this game a lot. Because I had it on the Wii U, and then now as well. As a big Switch adult. Oh my god. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, well, I think we handled that well. Yes, Berry, I did just see your message. Ooh, I feel like I like this level. Spikey spike. Okay, so it's the same, but with spotlights, isn't it? Yes. Thank you. You're so known. Right, so if you stand in the spotlight, back. I wonder if the thing works on this level as well. I'm gonna try it. Oh my god, it does. Hello. Hi. Hello. Right. For anyone that wasn't here last time, if you jump over the thing, like, jump over the big gap like I did. Ow. You don't hit the trigger for the Fire-Bro to jump into life like that one just did, and he just stands there and looks at you. Funny. And if you skip this trigger, nothing happens, you just skip it. I don't think. Unless it's just like Mr. Green Star. Prolonged eye contact, which normally I'm not very good at. Oh, no. Okay. I was going to say, no, I lost my cat suit, but it gave me another one. Thanks, game. Ah. Oh, okay. Oh, that's it. Right, I've got all the green stars then, so I can just, yeah, chill through the end of this level. I say chill. Look at where I am. I'm not chilled. I have been more chilled in my life than I am right now. I won't lie. Okay. Let's go! Whee! Easy. Easy levels. Thank you, exactly. Easy. Oh, is this on Emily? Sorry, I missed that. No, I'm just playing it on the Switch. Whee! Oh, one more level. What is it? Wait, this is Boss Blitz? I thought that was in the extra secret world that we don't know about. Okay, right. So, we have to fight, I believe it's 6 bosses. Back to back to back to back. But lucky for us, I'm good at this game. And Pom Pom doesn't scare me. However, the timer does scare me. So we gotta be quick. Literally in this level, the thing that kills me is the timer. Okay, then I think this one is Boom Boom? Yeah. I don't know why I do it in this order, but I do. Oh shit, okay. I like to think this is just where all the bosses hang out. Like when Bowser doesn't need them. They just hang out somewhere, and I've just come into their home and I'm just wrecking them all. Which is a bit rude, to be honest. Okay. Nice. Straight in. What's here? Oh, Histocrat, okay. Do I fight both of them? Yeah, oh no. Luckily, I have the Tanuki suit. And I'm a pro at the game anyway. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Yes! 2 at once. This is the strat to do this level. Is you just get everybody. Although I feel like I should get a cat suit as well. If one's going. Thank you. Yeah. Easy smashed it. Spin jump, Luigi. Thank you. Oh. Nice. Okay, done so. You know what, don't get the coins, because I'm on a time crunch. Right, who else is there? Because there's the owl-looking thing. Then who's the other one? Oh, the boulder guy, right? Is it the boulder guy? Now, this guy is more locked into phases. So we're just going to be as quick as we are. Okay. Is it Boulder Guy? Yes. This dude takes the longest, I think. Okay. Because I would quite like to save the Tanuki for the secret final boss that this level thinks I'm not going to expect. Or if this works, please work. Huge! Easy. Okay. And now I just collect all these. Do you imagine running out of time on this level? Like, how cringe is that? Me, who has died to this many a time. What that tongue do? Oh, is he purple? Yeah, not my go-to purple. Right, okay. Come on, Luigi, catch up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, go. Please die. Thank you. I'll just have another one anyway. Yippee! Okay. Let's go. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so now that's the last level, but it's also not. Because we have this, which is only going to open when I get all the green stars, all the stamps, and all of the top of the flagpoles. Which, as you can see, I haven't done that. I have in some worlds, but not in others. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly blast through the levels that I haven't done yet. No, that I haven't completed yet. Which I thought I wasn't going to do at this... I'm not really making sense because I'm trying to be secretive, but... yeah, I think that makes sense to do it like this. Yeah, okay. So let's do this again. But this time, I'm going to do it as Mario.
Let's go.
Not Ouija. Not my boy. Sadly. Whee! And this time I'm going to actually remember to do stuff. Oh, shit. I didn't think I had to jump there. Right, what I'm basically alluding to here is you have to, for 100% completion, beat every level as every character, which is a long day. So that's why I'm doing this as Mario right now. Because if I'm going to replay the level anyway, I might as well do it, yeah, as the next character. Oh, I'm a good driver. Whee! Thank you. Oh, it's going so well, Barry. So well. What do you mean? Mario jumps differently and I don't like it. We got this. So now I need to do the level again. So I'm going to do it as Peach. Just so we start, you know, burning through our characters. Also, Barry, you won't know this. Peach has a floaty jump. It's like a little Tanuki suit all the time. But she runs really slowly. And I'm like, girl, please. Girl. You have? Ooh, okay. Right, I'm going to jump off the wooden platform to get the green star. Thank you. And now just burn through the level. It was a one-off clip somewhere, I can't remember. Okay. Shit. Oh, it is cute. Right, get me through here, please. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I got a star, don't I? Like, what are you going to do if you're just, like, sat there and you see a rainbow dinosaur dragon coming at you? Like, oh my god. You're done for. But then, yeah, like, girl runs slowly. Like, come on, lovely. Ah, I'm so sorry, but I need a bit more from you. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Wait, I need to go back to my profile. Quickly, I need to go back to the menu. Just to grab some footage of... Oh. I thought I'd have another profile star, but I don't. Oh well. Never mind. Okay, so then World 1 is now 100% done. Yes. So World 2, I need to play 3 levels. That's fine with me. So you can tell what levels I still need to play, because you see how, like, that level's got a green star on the top of the flag. And that one doesn't. That means I don't have all the green stars. Big brain. Right, so where would green star number 2 be? If I was a green star, where would I be? And why did I miss it, I wonder? Nope. Get off the wall. Okay, well, it's not in there, is it? You can jump on the back of those? Since, when? Wait, no, I think I might remember this. Do I need to... like, not break some blocks that I broke or something? Whoa. Wait, no, you need to break a block. You need to break this one. Come here, break. Thanks. Okay. Nice. Ba, 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 ba. Right, so what was missing? It's stamp. Level 4. Oh, interesting. No stamp? Hmm. Well, if I can't find it... Oh, yeah, as well, because if I can't find it, this is where I'm going to start using my book. The actual book. Oh. Found it. I found it. Okay, so now, speedrun the level. So no book? Exactly, no book, sadly. Nice. We may need the book eventually. I don't know. We'll see. And we have like 20 minutes left of stream. Before I have to go to work. But, you know. Then there was another thing where I needed a green star. Was it you? It was. Oh, I think I do remember this one. I need to keep the cannon box right to the very, very end. No, I don't. If I... Shit! Fuming. Barry, shut up. Girl, this is a public Twitch stream, I swear to God. Wait, what? What hit me? What was that? Please give me another one. Please give me another one. I don't want to redo the whole level. Although, if I quit out the level, will I get my Tanuki back? This is an important question. I feel like I've blown it for the Tanuki suit. Yeah, I have. Okay. Exit course. Do I keep it? Huge, I do. Oh, okay. We have gamed it. We've been absolute gamers. Nice. I love auto-scrollers. Right. Stop it. Okay. I don't jump like Luigi. I miss him. I miss that silly green. Thank you. Okay. I don't know when you said massive berry, but yeah. Oh, maybe to get Tanuki Leaf back. I'm gonna guess that's what it was. Yes, okay, good. What if I just... Okay, that got him. Oh, hello. Okay. Bro. Chill. Sensational. Nice. Oh, I should charge my phone before I go to work. Oh god, not again. Not again. I really should. I'm not having that again. Right, map. So, how about World 3? I need a stamp and a flagpole. Okay. I know, yeah, true. At least I'm working 2 hours less today. Right, I should go and do the flagpole first, I think. Is it you? No. What's 2B? Is that one? And I just can't read the map properly? Oh, that is 6. So what's B? Not that. Unless it's... Surely it's not this. It is! Oh, it is. Okay. Really? I missed the flag? On Histocrat? It's a bit cringe. Okay, fine. Whatever. Right, so now you're going to see me do this fight like a normal person. But not do the little spin jump, because Mario's jump's not big enough. Which is a bit of a wounder, to be honest. Yeah, hello. I don't think his jump's high enough. So what you're supposed to do is go up these things and then jump on his head. Which, to be honest, is not that slow. But the other one's more fun. Yeah, you can make boulders, I know. What's his name? Did it better. What's the guy in Mario Galaxy? The boulder guy. The boulder Geist, that's what you call it. The boulder Geist does it better. Calm down. I'm so excited to play Galaxy. Like, Barry, I'm so excited for you to play Galaxy. Can you play Galaxy before I do it? Thanks. Please and thank you. We got something to play. Like, do you want to sack off our other plans tomorrow and play Mario Galaxy instead? No. Maybe not, but like, you know. In theory, I would be up for that. Right, was that the only gold flag that I missed? I don't think it was. Because I might get a star for getting all of the gold flags. I don't know. Let me see. Any more missed gold flags? Yes. 2 more in World Star. Right. Respectfully, I think you know the answer. Yeah, I do. So, back to World 3. I'm missing 3-3 and 3-4. 3-4, I don't have the stamp. Oh, because I need Peach for that one, don't I? And in Shissiboo Mansion, I need a green star. Joel! Hello, lovely. How are you? I hope you're doing so well. Getting ready for work. Amazing. Hi. Oh. we're having a fun, silly 3D time. I hope you have the best day. I know you're not, like, going yet. Just go not too long ago. Honestly, that's so fair. That's real, honestly. Oh! Okay, so I just missed this then. Last time. Hope all you cuties are well. I hope you're well, friend. I hope you have a tolerable day at work, because that's all we can hope for in these dark times. I miss you guys. Yeah, I miss you too, friend. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It sounds about right, I know, doesn't it just? Doesn't it just? Barry's doing so good, yeah. Yeah, you do, Barry. You do deserve that. I'm doing so well. I'm seeing a lot of my girlfriend this week, which is quite nice. But yeah, generally though, I'm doing well as well. Wee! I know, literally me. Me having a girlfriend, I'm like, wee! Wee! E, okay. Cute, I know. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Literally, Joel. Literally. Like, women. Cute, I know. Right, I need the stamp in here, which I think needs peach, right? Ooh, you absolutely can. So, I watched a YouTube video. And it was... The YouTube video was, like, which new Super Mario Bros. Game is the hardest to 100%? And so this guy played, like, every new Super Mario Bros. Game. Right. Yeah, he played new Super Mario Bros., like DS, Wii, the one on the 3DS, and Super Mario Bros. U and Luigi U. And he did, like, how long does it take to complete, how many times did he die, stuff like that. Katsu Peach is very cute, this is true. Yeah, so he did everything. And then, because I am a little bit insane, I was like, I wonder about the 3D Marios. So I'm just slowly playing through all of the 3D Marios. Oh, right, I need that immediately, okay. Did it. Yeah, I'm going to play through all the 3D Marios. Yes, yes. And time them all, as you can see. And, like, count how many times I die, things like that. So, we are starting with 3D World. Because it's going to take me the longest time to complete, and is the most repetitive to complete. And then we're going to do, like, 64, and Sunshine, and Galaxy 2, and probably Odyssey as well. And maybe Mario 64 DS, but I haven't decided about that one. I don't know. But, like, we're going to be at this for a while, just getting footage. Yeah, we got so much to do. Like, this is going to take me a long time. But I'm having fun. Oh, I think the hardest to 100% is going to be this game. Well, the most painful to 100% is going to be this game. Sunshine is going to be the worst because of the blue coins. Like, I don't want to... Ow. I don't want to do Sunshine 100%. The post-game to this makes me cry. We have done most of the post-game, but just not Champions Road. You 100% Sunshine as a kid. Sunshine's the only one that I have to Google to 100% it. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to do the blue coins. I do like Sunshine, but I don't want to 100% it. Whee! Oh, 3D Land as well. I'm going to do that. I didn't say that one. Do you get the secret level? What's the secret level you get in Sunshine? Huh. Got cooler. I played a lot of 3D Land when I was like growing up, because I was the 3DS era. The Echo, do you not have that? Ooh, okay. Huh, cool. Right, World 4 is already done. I smashed World 4. World 5, though, I had a skill issue. The landing dock, yeah, cool. But I'm most excited to play Galaxy. And sorry, I neglected, yeah, Odyssey is long. To 100%, because of all the stuff. Galaxy, my beloved. Right. Joel, oh, you can be excited for this. I've discovered recently that my girlfriend has never played Mario Galaxy. So I intend to make her play it. Just so we're all aware. That's what's happening here. But then it's great, because I can make her play it and I'll just watch. Like, I'm going to get my own IRL Berry live streams. Because I'm going to be like, sit down and play these games. Thank you. It's so good. And oh, Joel, because I know you get it. Like the music, oh my god. The music of Galaxy is incredible. I don't want that. I know, yeah, get a literal live stream, amazing. Oh, it's a one-up, okay. Hello. No. Right, I'm missing one. What am I missing? Is it you? No. It's you! Okay. This bit always feels really random. Yeah, this OST is good as well. I do have some songs from this on my everyday playlist. Not a whole lot, but some. But then Galaxy is like, yes. Fuck me off. Oh. Yeah, it's legendary, it's so good. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. Yeah, that's so real. And the next Mario Kart, like, that one we're definitely seeing, because that's what they, like, used to, you know, just tease the console. Like, oh, I need a new Mario Kart. Yeah, exactly. Like, I need it. Oh, gambling. Da, 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 da. We should totally play that one. Oh, we have to. Right. 3 and the castle. Oh, and 3? Oh, okay, right. The Backstreet Bustle. So, I think this one's Toad. Is this a Toad level? I feel like there's a Toad button. Oh my god, Toad. Toad, like... You press jump and Toad says no. But to be fair to Toad, he doesn't really have legs. So, like, you can't blame him too hard for that. Oh, no. Right, I think I'm not getting that green star anymore. Did you say Spotify? Right, okay, I'm just finishing this level. And then I'm not picking Toad anymore. Like, he just went like, Spotify! Like, okay. Right, he's not got legs. So, like, to be fair, can we expect him to jump? What time is it for me? For me... Oh, for me, it's time I went to work. Oh, fuck. It's nearly 1:30. But that's a good point, Joel, because I've suddenly been enjoying myself and realised I need to, like, get ready to go to work. So this is going to be the last level that we play, because, oh god. Right. Thank you. Girl, no, I need to go to work. Like... No. This is something that... Oh, you... Like, this needs to happen. Right. Where's the other one, then? I'm so confused. Oh, okay. That works, too. Like, that also just, in fact, works. That should be rest of my job resume. Oh, me. Exactly me. I've seen the job that I want now. And I need to do it. Yours needs work, but you're neglecting it. That's real, though. Real, honestly. Right, is that it for that level? Yes, okay. So... Hello. Hi. Music, please. Oh, shit. Pause, stop. Okay. There we go. Banger music to finish the day. What time is it now? It is this time. Okay. I've been a potato lately, so real. Oh, you know, I updated mine, but, like, now that I've seen a job advert that I want, I need to, like, tailor. You know, I need to, like, you know, yeah, tailor it. QT on screen. Are you live? Like, what? Huh? Okay. Okay. Wait, why have I accidentally started wireless play? Exit the touch screen, thank you. Right, I want to stay in, yeah, I really do. Like, do I need this job? Do I... Whoa, the lighting's bad, sorry. Do I need this job? I could just blow it off and chat to you all instead. It's fine, it'll be fine, right? To be fair, they actually don't need me in work today. Like, I'm an extra person. Like, why have they got me in? I don't know. But, they've got me in. So, I should really, really go to work. But I want to stay in chat. I want to stay in chat to my friends. But I need to, like, load up with food before work as well, because, like, ooh. Oh, yeah, but, Joel, I've seen a job that I want, so I'm excited, because, please, give me this job. So, that'll be good. That will be good. Literally, can we all become pro streamers? Right, I've been feeding that lately, because, like, I'm fed up with my job. So, like... Please, can streaming work for me? Thank you. That would be nice. If I suddenly, like, you know, I'm just saying, we got, like, one new follower this stream. Like, I'm popping off. If you're still here. Hi. You're not. Okay. But if you were, like, hi, anyway. Yeah. Okay, so. Oh, I know what else I was going to do. I need to print off those tickets, Barry. So. Where are they? Right, so if I view tickets... I'm kind of scared that if I press print, it won't print. But I think it means I can't print it in work. So, Barry, I actually, on a real level, think I might have to send this email to you so you can print them. I think so. We are, yes, we are still working there. Yeah, it's becoming like, ugh. Like, I can't be bothered. I cannot be bothered with this anymore. So, when you find the job that you actually, like, would like to do, I'm like, yes. Yes. Hit me whenever, and I'll sort it. Okay. Okay, I will do that. And I need to talk to you about finances and tickets and things as well. We need to sort that out. Oh, yeah, I've booked the cinema as well, Barry. I've booked that. We're all good. We're all set. I will tell you all that, like, off stream or something. Yeah, I love that. That I have the thing. I was going to ask, yeah, no, I've done it. I've done that. It's all good. We're set. I mean, I've heard reviews that the film is a bit mid, but oh well. We'll go and see it anyway, because Captain America. I know, we're kind of cute. Joel! Joel! Oh my god, Joel. I've booked to see Captain America, but I've also seen Joel. Oh my god, Joel. That they're doing a, like, tour thing, and it's coming to my city, of orchestral performances of MCU music. Like, full orchestra performances of, like, all this music, and I'm gonna lose my head. Like, they're gonna play... Oh, I literally was scrolling Instagram, sat on the sofa, saw it, and was like, I don't want to go to that because it costs a lot of money. Wait, no, I need to go and see this. Barry, do you want to come see this with me? And then jumped to my PC and booked it. It was literally like half an hour. It went from like, I don't want to go, to it's booked. I'd like, oh. And yes, the nails, they're red. The lighting is awful. But they are a very pretty sparkly red. Totally not at all Valentine's Day. But yeah, it's cute. Oh, because they're going to play like the Endgame theme, the Avengers theme from Endgame, and I'm going to cry. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, oh my god, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. And it's in June, and I'm excited now. And every day on my way to work and my way home from work, I drive right past the building. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, I see it every day, and I'm like, I'm so excited. And it's in June, but I'm already, like, freaking out. So, normal things. Okay. Be half the orchestra doesn't turn up. No, it doesn't turn to dust. That would suck. That would, in fact, suck, yes. That would be very unfortunate. We don't feel so good. Right, Barry, what do you know? Because you said to me that you're not sure you've seen Infinity War or Endgame. But you just quoted Infinity War to me. Have you seen it? Like, what do we know here? What do we know about these films? Because, like, okay. Okay. I maybe have, okay. Okay. Because I swear I'd seen one of the two. Okay. Right, we're watching them before the thing. We're doing that. And we need to watch Wild Robot. Oh my god. Maybe I just forgot about Letterboxd. Fair enough. Sorry, I'm rambling and I need to go to work. Like, I already am not going to be able to, like, have a chill time. I'm going to have a not chill time. Getting ready for work. But that's so okay. And so worth it. Silly, goofy music. Right. Okay, I'm going to end the stream because I need to go to work. But this has been so lovely. Joel, thank you for hanging. It's lovely to see you, as always. And yes, Barry and Pa, thank you for being here like this whole time. I always appreciate it so much. There's potential. There is scope for a stream tonight. But I don't know. I'll see how I feel and I'll see how we go. But maybe stream tonight? And if not, stream on Saturday. That's the plan. So, yes, best luck at work. Thank you. All of the fun co-workers are in today, apart from Barry. So it's going to be fine. But, like, yeah. Gotta get moving. You'll try to make it. It's no worries. I know, like, time zones and everything for you, especially, friend. But yes. No berry, I know. No berry, it's very sad. I gotta pull it. Just turn up. Just do it. Later, yes. Bye, Joel. Bye, 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 bye. And everybody else, I do have to go. This has been very fun. And I will see you all soon. Love you. Bye.
Squeak.